Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for growing with me. I'm grateful for my subscribers. Thanks also to the new subscribers. Thanks for growing my channel. So guys, last week I went to the Broward Fair, Planting Fair in Plantation last weekend. It's an annual show they have, and there were a lot of orchids they have on display this year, guys. So I got a little pretty decent haul. I got a few items, and last week the weather was so bad I didn't get to do any video. So what I did, I mount some and I potted some. So as I go along, those that I didn't do, I'll be, showing you, sharing with you how I pot them, how I mount them. And as I go along, I'll identify the ones that I got there. So guys, these two Rhynchostylis I got by Rita, and she had a booth there. Of course, our usual phals, dendrobiums, and other mix of orchids. She had a lot of Rhynchostylis. But guys, I was one of the early shoppers there, so I was able to make some good picks. And Rita always say to me what she likes about how I choose my orchids. Not necessary for the blooms, guys, as long as I could identify the color. If I'm not familiar with the color, I'm good to go. If I make sure my leaves are okay. It's the whole dynamic of the orchid that I buy when I choose, not necessarily because it's blooming. There were a lot of Rhynchostylis that were in spike, but these two guys, there were quite a few more. I saw she had some with the double root, meaning there were two roots in the pot. So they didn't have any spikes, but it's all good for me. I will have 4 plants, right? Okay, so guys, I think this one is spiking. Yeah, this one is spiking. So guys, I'm going to I'll be mounting them on this basket that I made. And I'm not sure, is it? I did some videos where I used the wire material. I'm not sure if I shared one with the plastic basket. I'll demonstrate that to you, but it's the same thing. It's the same mesh, but this is plastic. The wire is sturdier, but I thought of using this, as a different look. So I'll be mounting them on here like I did with the ones before. And last year I did a mount, guys. I did a basket. This is what the mesh basket looks like. I did this earlier last year with some other Rhynchostylis, and this is how beautiful they are growing, how well they're doing. The roots are established and the plants are getting well matured. So I'm expecting some blooms hopefully this winter. I'm just looking forward to some beautiful blooms on this display, guys. Here it is. This is what it looks like now. So I'll be doing a similar one, but this time the basket, it will be the plastic basket, and also I'll be dividing these. If they're double rooted, I'll be taking the chance to divide them and have them spread all over on that basket. So it's like getting 2 for 1, guys. So I'll be cleaning out the roots of this. It's intact, but in order to have it mounted, or even if I want to repot it, it's better to clean the root. Okay, some of them look a little dried. After a period of time, they have them there in their area. Plus I took it home over a week now, so Let me clean the roots and give them a new start. I'll be dividing them, guys. So I have my scissor and I'm going to use my alcohol to sanitize, just to be sure, to make sure I'm not infecting them, because I'll be cutting into them. It's important, guys, to use clean scissors. You could just use this the 3% alcohol. That's good. So these are really a mother and a baby and a kiki together, but I'll be separating them. I have to be careful to make sure I get them at the right spot. Okay, this one is almost done. Okay, there we go. So I have 2 plants. See, I paid for 1 and I got 2. That's how you can't get it all the time, but if you have the choice, go for it, look for it. It's there. Just don't pick up a plant because, oh, okay, that's the color. I'm gonna get that plant. And guys, I don't know, this one is in spike. I just saw a little spike coming up, but it's small enough. I don't think it's the mother plant. I don't think it will damage it because I separate it. So I'll be washing the roots off. I'm in there. And I'll be doing these the same. This one is a little easier. It's looser. See? 1, 2, 3. I take off the sphagnum moss. And this one is really, oh, that was easy. Another 2 plants. So there's some dry roots on them. I'll be cutting the roots off, the dry ones. And I cut the roots. I spray my thing on there. Don't want to get it infected. Okay, so I'm gonna wash them off, guys. Here's my basket. And for the Rhynchostylis, I use sphagnum moss to stuff this basket. That's what I grow them in. So I could put here. Alright, so I'm gonna stuff them with the sphagnum moss. And then I mount them from the outside. Sphagnum moss will just something for them to cling on to and keep the roots moist when I water. Keep a little, it doesn't mean that it should be wet. It's just that when I don't water them often, so it will keep a little moisture in the sphagnum moss for them. Yes, guys. So it was a beautiful show, guys. There were vendors from quite a few places all over Miami. Didn't see much of the big vendors, but we had enough to choose from. It's good to go to those small shows sometimes, guys. You get good stuff and at reasonable prices. The competition is not really there like the big shows. You know, the big shows, they will take in a wider variety, but sometimes it's good to mix. Do these small shows. And you get a chance with these shows to do one-on-one with the vendors. You know, where they're from, what their growing methods are. And the big shows, they do that, but it's just time that's on their hands. You know, you get one-on-one. Some of these people, they're from the community. They have nurseries in the community, persons that I'm familiar with. So we get to hang out in a different way. We get to talk a little bit. So guys, this one is having a spike too. Awesome. So here are my roots, guys. My scissors is sanitized. I could cut back a little on these, just clean it up a little bit. They will bounce back. These dried roots are dry. So this one, guys, this one is ready. I've been mounting her here. Let's do it. Let's put her right here. She's hugging it already. Hugging, hugging, hugging. And my tie straps again, guys. They never fail me. My tie straps. So I put my tie strap around it, and then I place the plant. And when you do the tie strap with the plant, guys, just make sure you put it where it will have a balance. Put the plant where you could have a balance. One is a little loose. That one is a little loose. Let me cut this off. So guys, the cold season is started. It's getting nippy in my areas. We're in South Florida, wind and we're getting some chills in the morning. I know it's nothing compared to where some of you guys are, but we're feeling the difference in the season. The season has changed. So we're getting on to a time when we'll see more spikes in our dendrobium, spikes in our vandas, and all of those good stuff. It's a new season, guys. Some of your plants that were not blooming, that you were fussing about, continue caring and they will be blooming. It's a different season. Some plants, some orchids have different seasons when they bloom. Some will bloom 3 times for the year, but as you go for new beginners, you will see, and then we'll be talking about them at times. So this is my first one, guys. Look how beautiful it is. See how it's just making itself comfortable on the thing. And with Rhynchostylis, guys, they're like cattleys. They flaunt their leaves anywhere they want to make them go. So even if you want to make this look straight, you just leave it. Will do its thing. You will see what it wants to do. So here is another one, guys. I'll be putting this one around here, maybe here for a balance, right? So my tie straps again, my tie straps. I'll be mounting this one right here, and these baskets, guys, that I make, they're real space savers for me, because at times you may be running out of space because some of these orchids they require to be in certain area, and at times you may run out of space. So it's a good idea for me that I use these baskets. So this is like, I got 2 plants that could stay in one pot, in the pots, but I separated them, and I have 4 plants on this basket, and it's going to take up whatever space I hang it like this. So it's really a good space saver. Yeah, as I was saying, this is a season for your dendrobium. So this is a time when you should start checking on your dendrobiums. Check to make sure you have them in a good spot where they could produce blooms. I know the season changed so much, guys. It's like, it's not like it used to be. It's unpredicted now, so it's very unpredictable. So we have been moving our gardens around just for the plants. In the summer we did for them to get shade, so we have them in different places that we never, you know, maybe it did not fit the way we wanted to decorate the gardens with them, but because of the weather we have to protect them. So we have them in different spots, under trees, all kind of places, just to save them. So go in your cool spot and double check to make sure your dendrobiums and all of those plants, make sure, you know, they're comfortable, you have them okay, and get them ready for the blooming season. Check on them, make sure they're okay, there's no fungus going on, because most of us were putting these plants in safe areas. We shuffled them in safe areas, and those areas were not necessarily the areas where you want them to grow and bloom. I have some Dendrobium aggregatum, and I had to put them way under some trees. I did that last year, and where I put them, it was okay for they were okay for the summer, but for their blooming season, for them to get the right amount of sun, the right amount of shade, I had to move them from that spot. And I didn't remember to take them out last late fall, so they could get what they need to produce. And I was not pleased with the amount of blooms that I got compared to times before, but I was happy. But this year I'm going under the trees, and I'm going to take them out so they could get enough sunlight, make sure they are good to go, so when it's time for their blooming season, they should be ready. So I'm cutting off the loose ends of this tie straps to make it look neat. So here's the basket, guys. Basket is ready. See? Here is the basket. So hopefully they will be happy. They will be mounted on here, and I have two that's already spiking. I didn't realize I got two spiking. Two tiny spikes should be coming up soon. So let me see this one. This one is maybe need another. So I'll be looking forward, and I'll be sharing the blooms with you guys. And hopefully all my Rhynchostylis will be giving me something this year, hopefully. If not, I'll continue to care for them. I'll put another one on there. Let's hope it won't. Yeah. We'll cut this. So that's that, guys. That's my basket, and I will be, let me put this to hold it. I wish I could find something to match the black, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll keep it on I'm using these hangers. That's what I have, and that's what I'm going to be using. So I could hang them in a comfortable spot. Comfortable meaning, you know, make sure when you put your plants in your garden, just read up and check to see or ask questions according to the amount of light and all of that it needs. If it's an orchid that does not like a lot of water. If you live in an area where you're getting a lot of rain, those things you have to check on also, because you don't want to have rot. You don't have root rot. I was in the garden center this morning, and there was a lady that came in, and she was asking me some questions about fertilizers and all of that, and we had a good talk. We exchanged a lot of information. I was able to give her some advice on her orchid. So plant world is nice, guys. Here, guys, so here's the basket. I have it hanging. I put the hanger on. It's just the same as the one I did. See what both of them look like? See, 2 baskets. This one is made out of the plastic wire, and this one is made out of the mesh, the wire material, and this one is made out of plastic. This one is, I mounted these a year ago. I just mounted these, but fortunately I have some spikes on this one. The new ones, these I'm still awaiting to see some spikes coming up. Let's be patient. So guys, thanks once again for joining me.